presence and to celebrate once again another Yom of life, another Layla of life, to present to you the writings. We appreciate the Abba for allowing us to make it to this time. And so we appreciate the Abba that you didn't think it robbery to spend this time with us in our class. So we do appreciate the Abba for all that he's doing, all that he's done, and all that he's yet going to do in the lives of us, his people. At this time, we want to do the Baruch of the Torah. At this time, we're going to do the Baruch of the Torah. All right. Baruch Yahuwah.
Baruch Yahuwah.
The Baruch one.
The Baruch one.
Baruch is Yahuwah.
Baruch is Yahuwah.
The Baruch one.
The Baruch one.
For all eternity.
For all eternity.
Baruch atah.
Baruch atah.
Yahuwah.
Yahuwah.
Our supreme one.
Our supreme one.
King of the universe.
King of the universe.
Who selected us from all the peoples.
Who selected us from all the peoples.
And gave us his Torah.
And gave us his Torah.
Baruch atah.
Baruch atah.
Yahuwah.
Yahuwah.
Giver of the Torah.
Giver of the Torah.
And it is so.
And it is so.
Baruch atah.
Baruch atah.
Yahuwah.
Yahuwah.
Eternal life within us.
And he planted eternal life within us.
Baruch atah.
Baruch atah.
Yahuwah.
Yahuwah.
Giver of the Torah.
Giver of the Torah.
And it is so.
And it is so.
Now we will have the reading of the Ten Commandments done by Mattathias, and it is so.
And it is so.
Devarim 5:6 through 22. Aleph, I am Yahuwah, your power, which brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim from the bed of slavery. And you shall have no other power before me. You shall not make you any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in Shemayim above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the mind beneath the earth. You shall not bow down yourself unto them, nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah, your power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the Abbas upon the children unto the third and fourth generation, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that hide me and keep my commandments. Gimel, guard the Sabbath day to set it apart, as Yahuwah your power has commanded you. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahuwah your power. In it you shall not do any work. You, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your ox, nor your ass, nor any of your cattle, nor your foreigner that is within your gates, that your manservant and your maidservant may rest as well as you. And remember that you were a servant without on. Therefore, Yahuwah your power commanded you to keep the Sabbath day. Hey, esteem your Abba and your image, Yahuwah your power has commanded you, that your days may be prolonged and that it may go well with you in the land which Yahuwah your power is about to give you. 1, you shall not murder. 2, neither shall you commit adultery. Ket, neither shall you steal. Tet, neither shall you bear false witness against your neighbor. You, neither shall you desire your neighbor's Isha, neither shall you covet your neighbor's bed, his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is your neighbor's. These words Yahuwah spoken to all your assembly in the mount out of the midst of the fire, of the cloud, and of the thick darkness with a great voice. And he added no more. And he wrote them in 2 tables of stone and delivered them unto me. And it is so.
And it is, and it reads, excuse me, these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which Yahuwah your power commanded to teach you, that you might do them in the land where you're going to enter and possess it, that you might fear Yahuwah your power, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command you, you and your son and your grandson, all the yamim of your life, and that your yamim may be prolonged. Hear therefore, O Yasharal, and observe to do it, that it may be well with you, and that you may increase mightily as Yahuwah power of your Abbas has promised you in the land that flows with milk and honey. Shema Yasharal. Hear, O Yasharal, Yahuwah our supreme one. Yahuwah is Akkad. And you shall have Yahuwah your supreme one with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your might. And these words which I command you this Yom shall be in your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your bed, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up. And you shall bind to the mind, to bind to the mind. Frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them upon the posts of your bed and on your gates. And it shall be when Yahuwah your power shall have brought you into the land which he swore to your Abbas, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Yaakov, build houses full of all great things which you filled not, and wells dug which you did not dig, vineyards and olive trees which you did not plant. When you shall have eaten and be full, then beware lest Yahuwah, excuse me, which brought you forth out of the land of Mitzrayim, from lest the anger of Yahuwah your power be kindled against you, and he destroy you from off the face of the earth. You shall not tempt Yahuwah your power as you tempted him in Massah. You shall diligently keep the commandments of Yahuwah your power and his testimonies and his statutes, which he has commanded you. And you shall do that which is right in the sight of Yahuwah, that it may be well with you, and that you may go in and possess the great land which Yahuwah swore unto your fathers. And it is so.
And it is so.
And it is so. Let's have another song, please. Oh, give thanks unto Yahuwah, for he is told. Yes, he is told. Oh, give, he is told, for he is worthy, worthy, for he is told. Yes, he is told. Oh, give thanks unto Yahuwah, for he is told. Yahuwah, for he is told. Yes, he is told. For he is worthy, worthy, for he is told. Yes, he is told. Oh, give thanks unto Yahuwah, for he is told. Yes, Yahuwah, for he is told. Yes, he is told. For he is worthy, worthy, for he is told. Yes, he is told. For he is worthy, worthy, for he is told. Yes, he is told. He is told. Yes, he is praise turn our attention to Yahush, the son of Nun, chapter 1. And if you have your Bible, get it in your hand. And it is so. And it is so. And it is so. All right. All right. Beginning at verse 5, and it reads, "There shall not any man be able to stand before you all the young men of your life. As I was with Moshe, so I will be with you. I will not fail you nor forsake you. Be strong and of a great courage, for to this people shall you divide for an inheritance the land, which I swore to their fathers to give them. Only be you strong and very courageous, that you may observe to do according to all the Torah which Moshe my servant commanded you. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that you may prosper wherever you go." Verse 8, as I have tailored it to fit our time of confession. Repeat with me. I will not let this scroll of the Torah.
I will not let the scroll of the Torah
depart out of my mouth.
depart out of my mouth,
But I shall meditate therein.
but I shall meditate therein,
Yom and Layla.
Yom and Layla,
That I may observe to do.
that I may observe to do,
According to all that is written in it.
according to all that is written in it.
For then I shall make my way prosperous.
For then I shall make my way prosperous,
And then I shall act wisely.
and then I shall act wisely.
And look at your neighbor, to your neighbor, you shall act wisely.
And you shall act wisely.
Look at your other neighbor, to your other neighbor, you shall act wisely.
And you shall act wisely.
Take your hand and put it over your heart and say, Abba Yahuwah,
Abba Yahuwah,
I shall act wisely.
I shall act wisely.
Come on, Abba Yahuwah,
Abba Yahuwah,
I shall act wisely.
I shall act wisely.
I am determined.
I am determined
to act wisely.
to act wisely.
I am determined.
I am determined
to act wisely.
to act wisely.
Come on, I am determined.
I am determined
to act wisely.
to act wisely.
And it is so.
And it is so.
And it is so. It's very important that we start morning, and even when we get into the Layla, to act wisely. Wisely. It is imperative that we be a people of wisdom, because the world is watching our formations. And no, let's have one more song. Well, not one more. Let's have another song, and then we'll go into our affirmations.
I got another yes, Yahuwah.
In my soul,
I got another yes, Yahuwah.
in my soul,
Yes, Yahuwah. In my soul. I got another yes, Yahuwah.
in my soul,
Another yes, Yahuwah.
in my soul,
Another yes, Yahuwah.
in my soul,
Yes, Yahuwah.
in my soul.
Another praise, Yahuwah.
Yes, yeah. Yes, yeah. Yes, Yahuwah. Yes, yeah. Yes, yeah. Yes, yeah. Yes, Yahuwah. In my soul. In my soul. In my soul.
praise him, praise him, praise him. Come on, praise him, praise him. In my soul, yes I do. Yes I do. How about you? Allah, Yahuwah. He's worthy of all praise. He's worthy. He's worthy. He's a strong tower. He's our king. He's our Abba. He's our everything.
Yes.
And we have a right to praise him. We have a right to praise him for all that he's doing, all that he's done, and all that he's yet going to do in the lives of us, his people. We are covenant people. When you understand you are a covenant person, that's when you begin to praise him. You don't praise him because of, you praise him in spite of. You praise him because he's worthy. You praise him because he's a keeper. You praise him because you have evidence that he is a keeper. You have evidence that you are a covenant person. If you are truly a covenant person. And it is so. We are covenant people, we praise him for all that he's doing. At this time, we're going to do our affirmation, and then our affirmation, we're going to go into our declaration, and then we're going to have our final song, and then we're going to repeat with me. I purpose to develop my Ruach.
I purpose to develop my Ruach.
I purpose to walk in the light of Torah.
I purpose to walk in the light of Torah.
I am Ibrahim.
I am Ibrahim.
I am born again.
I am born again.
I am Ibrahim.
I am Ibrahim.
I have the life and nature
I have the life and nature
of Yahuwah in my Ruach.
of Yahuwah in my Ruach.
That life is
That life is
the Torah of Yasharal.
the Torah of Yasharal.
I purpose to walk in
I purpose to walk in
the Torah of life.
the Torah of life.
Yahuwah's Torah. Yahush
Yahush
is in me.
is in me.
Yahuwah's knowledge
Yahuwah's knowledge
is in me.
is in me.
Yahuwah's ahab
Yahuwah's ahab
is in me.
is in me.
Yahuwah's power
Yahuwah's power
is in me.
is in me.
Yahuwah's wisdom
Yahuwah's wisdom
is in me.
is in me.
He is teaching me.
He is teaching
He
me.
is teaching me.
He is teaching me.
He is leading me.
He is leading me.
I am a child of Yahuwah.
I am a child of Yahuwah.
The Ruach,
The Ruach
HaKodesh
HaKodesh
of Yahuwah in me
of Yahuwah in me
is leading me.
is leading me.
I'll follow her leading.
I'll follow her
I'll walk in the Torah.
I'll walk in the Torah.
Yahush,
Yeah.
you truly are making his nature. That means every day you are striving to be like him. On your phone, you are striving to be like him. And it is imperative, not looking into this every day and looking into the perfect law of liberty and seeing yourself or you. Then you walk away and forget what matter of man or you are. There's something wrong. There ought to be some fruit and there ought to be some kind of change in your life, especially when you are striving to have his nature. Can you hear Yahuwah?
Our Yahuwah,
In the name of Yahush,
in the name of Yahush,
our Mashiach,
our Mashiach,
we subdue truth.
of Torah truth,
We claim healing.
we claim healing
Lives
in the lives
of your people,
of your people,
our people, Yasharal.
Yasharal.
We unite,
We unite
not to fight,
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 not to fight
each other,
each other,
each other,
each other,
each other,
each other,
but the enemy
but the enemy
of our belief.
of our belief.
And it is so.
And it is so.
Let's have our final song, please.
Let everything that has breath praise Yahuwah. Let everything that has breath, let everything that has breath praise Yahuwah. Let everything that has breath praise Yahuwah. Let everything that has breath praise Yahuwah.
Let us bow before our King as we recite Tehillim and 14. My heart
and the liberation of my heart.
be desirable before you,
Be desirable before you.
O Yahuwah,
O Yahuwah,
my rock
my rock
and my redeemer.
and my redeemer.
May the utterance of my mouth
May the utterance of my mouth
and the deliberation of my heart
and the deliberation of my heart
be desirable before you,
be desirable before you.
O Yahuwah,
O Yahuwah,
my rock
my rock and my redeemer.
and it is so.
And it is so.
And it is so.
And it is so.
You may be seated in his presence. We appreciate the Abba for yet another opportunity to be here and to be with you. But it's time to continue what we've been talking about, and we've been talking about salvation, Hebraic salvation.